Oh, we are so back.
ECC, baby. Exmoorcc. Kind of like that Scottish thing. You know what I'm saying? The Moors. I was thinking about that the other day. There's North Moor.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if there were a lot of Scottish people here in the north suburbs of the United States. Probably not.
Certainly a lot of golfers.
Golfers. Hey, correct me if I kill all the golfers. You're going to lock me up, throw away the key. We are here at Exmoorcc Country Club for the men's team nationals, which is, I'm personally, like I said, I was excited about it anyway. And I'm not just excited because Matt McClure is not here. And when I say excited, it's not that I'm happy Matt's not here. It just riles me up because Matt's kind of a security blanket, Cal.
Oh, yeah.
No offense. I'm Sean Albrecht. This is Cal Noble. And we are here. We are here. That was well timed at Exmoorcc Country Club. I guess it is historically significant.
100%.
Yeah. Lake Forest /
Been
Highland
here
Park.
126 years.
Thank you. 1896. I think it was in kindergarten. I think I beat you to that. Usually.
That's true.
Yeah, you're going to make that. That's fine. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so we are here for the men's team nationals. This is basically a legends match, Cal.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if you just look at it,
100%.
I'm serving right now. That is the famous Vuk Tevanovic. And Danny Oakes is his partner, walking the other side with the white cap on. On the other side, we got national champion on the right side, Adam Morgan, I should say, on the ad side. And then he's playing with Pete Rose, who has a resume a mile long as well. I mean, this is just going to be a war. So we'll just see what happens. But we're just happy people are joining us, all four of you. How many is on
Actually,
there?
that's pretty good. It's 7
Is it close?
people
7?
right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it's early in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I might want to, we can fade the music out because I think I got it on a loop there.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah. So anyway, it's 1-0 Rose and Morgan.
We are, it's worth noting, if you're going to be with us all day, we are a few minutes behind schedule, which is actually,
You're
this
like
is
an
going to sound
airline.
sarcastic, but it's actually very unlike Mike Raleigh. Runs very tight ship around
He does.
here.
He's,
We had some matches go 3 in the previous round, and as it is a round robin, they need every match to finish in a round before they
it'd be nice,
send
right?
new teams out.
Yeah,
so.
Mike's curtain goes up on time, not like those clowns at Lincoln Center. Anyway, I always make fun of the New York places because if you do something in Chicago, somebody invariably is working for a theater downtown, and they go, Sean, we did not appreciate that. So I always make fun of the New York stuff.
Did not appreciate.
I'm telling you, you do get reaction.
Hate mail.
Just from the 7 people, Cal. That's all it is.
One of them works.
One of the 7, it works for one of the Chicago theaters, and I just feel like it. Anyway,
well, it's actually it's turned into kind of a nice day here.
it is beautiful now. I mean, I'm saying, and you know what? Let's check the temp here with meteorologist Stan Bosch-Chancik. So I just made that up. Actually, I don't. There's a guy who used to be from upstate New York. 47 degrees. The real feel is 56. I love it. The wind chill is 56. So you're actually 12 degrees warmer. What a shot!
Interesting.
He took that. Oh, here we go. Painting lines is Adam Morgan. Still, what do they call? What did John Irvin used to say? You still got the tournament afterglow, Cal. Is Adam Morgan after that huge win with Graham out there in I think it was a Philadelphia Cricket Club.
It was, yes.
That was Bali. Yeah.
It was like a 5-hour match.
Exactly.
For those of you who, Adam.
All right, so it is not no ad as far as I know. It's regular scoring.
No, it is
right?
no ad.
It is no ad.
Server
Okay, here we
gets
go.
to choose which side.
Okay, cool. Wait. The server chooses. You know what? Raleigh, okay, again, Rackets director Mike Raleigh is who I'm referring to, who is the tournament director here. Always creative. I love that. I really, to be honest with you, and I've lived a number of years, being 6 years old in 1896, I'm telling you, I've never heard that before. Usually it's the receiver that gets to choose the side.
Yeah, I just overheard Mike talking on the phone to somebody about that, and so I could have completely misunderstood what he was saying, but that was wide.
Probably
not. That confirms that we are in fact playing no ad there.
Your reading comprehension skills are pretty good. Okay, 2-0.
Yeah, well, actually,
are they bad, Cal?
Oh, they're terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to reread the same. Page several times.
Well, see, at least you got the humility to talk about that.
Yeah.
That's all I could do is read, and I don't even do that well. So, anyway. And we did get started late. I was trying to figure out a stock excuse for getting started late. I think it was, it's Pope Hat Night at Hackney's. And I shouldn't make fun. I'm not making fun of the Pope, by the way. There's no more hate mail about that. Okay. I'm just saying I'm glad the Pope is better.
No,
Like, look at Vuk.
Jeez.
I mean, blitzing like Lance Briggs. Anybody? Lance Briggs. He's technically old school now. I love that. I mentioned a Bear who used to play maybe 5-6 years ago, and now that feels like ancient history.
Lance Briggs was playing 5 years ago?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. He played for a little while though.
Yeah.
He was still in there. You know, after Urlacher left, he was still having his way, so to speak. Danny Oaks. Dan, how tall is Dan? Dan's not as tall as you, right?
No.
Okay, because he looks. Danny plays and looks taller than 6'4". Like he just seems like a. I'm not going to make. I was going to say oak tree, like a tree. That's yeah, clever. Yeah, sure.
He's more of like a
sequoia.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it the way it sounded, Cal.
Wow.
All right, stop. It's early in the day, Cal. If we get later on in the evening, we could probably make certain comparisons, and similes, and all sorts of dopey metaphors, which pretty much that's all I make.
I don't know if we're going to be able to today because I think our latest stream hopefully shouldn't be going past 7. So.
Well, I figure we were late because of the Pope hat thing, so I figure we're going to keep going. Well, okay, so I'm going to say I'll say it again. Vuk, I didn't mean to step on your comment.
Oh, no, please.
You'd think we get it in there, so to speak, with 3 guys when we were usually commentating. It's just 2, and I still can't stop stepping on you. I'm sorry about it. Anyway, go get him. There we go. So I was going to say Vuk is a gun, dude. I mean, everybody out there can hit the crap out of the ball. He particularly can hit laser beams off both sides. So he gets hot, and it's super entertaining, and 2, it just is very effective from his side of the net. So kind of got to watch that because he's got, like, I don't want to say sneaky speed because he does take a cut at it, but he's got a very live arm. That's a great shot, by the way.
And where's Jason to make the whole? Did he call it? The link counts if he calls it. It's funnier every time.
J Love, vintage.
We do
McGruber.
miss J Love.
We
here.
do.
We would love to have him.
He is definitely an MVP.
Well, he really became. It's not even fair to say he's a member of the stream team this year.
Oh, that's no question about it.
He was there pretty much every single stream. We love
like
Jason.
It's like he's been there since the beginning. The way he kind of just moved right in. I love it. That's great. Okay, that's just smart playing from Vuk, though. That's just smart play, especially on a hold point like that. Just get themselves on the board, go right at. And for those of you watching at home, I'm sure your coaches, if you're in a league and you're in a practice, they probably tell you about that. The best place to hit the ball, if you're going to hit it kind of hard, is at a player. Yes, if they're really skilled, they're going to be able to, if it's a backside screen or side back screen, fine, they'll be able to play it, but they have to move. That's the idea. You're making your opponent move out of the way first and then have to come back. So, I mean, that was just a perfect roller, kind of a really hard roller. And, again, the harder you're going to hit it, the more you want to hit it at your player. You can get away with it going side back, but only if you're Graham McNerney, apparently. Yeah.
Also national champion.
Yeah, exactly.
Who was here Adam this morning.
Yep, he's out there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and as a matter of fact, I think he's playing with Pete Burka. There's a real cupcake team right there.
Just a little
long.
Yeah.
And Dan, I think we've said this before. First of all, one of the smoothest players, most consistent players, pretty much does not miss. I mean, he just did technically. I don't know. That might actually have been Vuk's volley, but he just doesn't. He's just steady. And again, not to put the not the Pope hat on, but the instructor hat again. I'm just saying it. You just watch that. There are just very few unforced errors in these guys. Legends area. I guess that's Series 0, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What'd you call it? Series 0?
So we are this.
Mitch Granger in the house, by the way.
These are technically the 0 to -5 PTI.
Yeah.
Groupings.
The negs. Right. Stop. I don't mean it that way.
Workshop that one.
Okay, fine.
But
take it out to the woodshed and kill it is what we're going to do.
Old Yeller.
Absolutely.
Never read it.
Really? You know what? But you already know
well,
that.
Why would I?
I mean, that's my point. It's like Rocky.
Spoiler alert.
What are you going to do? Watch another Rocky? We know what's going to happen. Right? You get an idea.
Well,
he's going to be down. I can't remember what the name of that Gilbert Gottfried, that was his name. The comedian?
Oh, yeah.
I have an idea about the next Rocky movie. He's going to be down. and then he's going to be up, but then he's going to be down again. Anyway, it's kind of like the story out here. It's a beautiful story developing here on Court 3 at Exmoorcc Country Club. There, you know,
Brings a tear to his eye.
I'm trying to get the segues in there.
That camera seems.
I know it's getting getting some abuse, man. You know, these guys hit the nick a lot.
Oh my
Cal,
God.
and
Especially Vuk.
So it's going to be. This is what we're going to have to deal with for the rest of
Feels
our
like
lives. Basically,
just yesterday, but it was actually Wednesday.
Really?
That we were
legends. Yeah.
Yeah, and funny enough, one of these gentlemen was still on the scoreboard. That would have been Vuk.
Yeah. You know, he's, like he never left.
Yeah.
He's got. I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have to get his agent on the phone because you know we're gonna get a phone call. Hey, man.
We need to get his agent on the phone to preempt the phone call.
Exactly, because otherwise he's going to call and just sue. But if we reach out to him and go, look, we're really sorry. We didn't realize he's going to be on every live stream we do for the rest of our lives, basically. And so we've got to, we go, no, you don't make royalties, by the way, some of you at home. I'm just kind of joking about that. So please don't keep thinking, hey, I get on a live stream and I can get like.
Get a little dough.
Yeah, it's like Spotify, Get a little. Yeah, that is taking a beating there. It's kind of cool, though. I mean, I know technically you're the video guy, so technically you should be out there fixing that. But you know what? I say leave it alone.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm kind of digging it.
So we're
we're
taking it back old school.
Hey, matter of fact, let's get a replay with the frame. Not quite in there. That's what I want to see. Anyway, ECC. I didn't realize. I'm just looking at the logo, which is very cool. Go get him, man.
Is this Will Colmar or Rusty
Will Colmar
Seams?
Rusty Seams in his house.
Okay, so we got Rusty Seams here. Did you same one from Wednesday?
I've been growing these in my basement. this one
For those of you who want to play along with that one, Will/Rusty has a mustache that's just a stuff of legend, and I mean that
refuses to quit.
In a paddle sense and a legitimate sense there. Underhand/side arm serve. What a shot again from Vuk. I'm telling you, Micah Parsons over there paints him the number 11. He's due for a contract. I was just trying to make the pun because his agent's probably going to call us. Okay, that was just probably too much information.
I didn't even get that.
I know. I was just
that
going
went
to
right
say
over my head.
I'm sorry.
2 steps ahead.
I mean, must be the Diet Coke.
Slow it down.
I am flying.
You're nursing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm not that fat at this point, so I kind of resent that. I mean, maybe I am. I might be. I don't know. Might be. Just making sure here. So ECC, for those of you old timers, that used to be the East Coast Conference where the venerable Hofstra University Flying Dutchmen were part of that. Now we're part of.
What's your guys' lame name now?
The Pride.
Yeah,
that's going to work. Look, you know what? This is exactly why Adam Morgan is Adam Morgan, so to speak, because that volley, everybody else misses that.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty much off his feet, pretty much horizontal, and he still kind of stabbed that back. That was impressive. Anyway.
I mean, and obviously, it's not like he doesn't have power either.
No, and I'm going to say it again. You watch these guys, and again, it's very educational. Kind of like, I don't know, the best players, around. You watch them on the driving range if you're a golfer or whatever. But you're watching these guys. This is not a practice round, though. This is real for real. But you're going to watch them, and you'll see some spectacular shots. But then between the spectacular, you will see pretty much a standard reset at overhead, like right there. I mean, could he do more with that off his back foot? Adam can pretty much do whatever he wants with the ball. All these guys can.
Yeah.
Pete Rose can do anything with the ball. By the way, his backhand return is one of the coolest shots. Pete Rose, man, seriously, that thing he's got a stinging backhand roller. But my point is what you see in my long-winded way. What you'll see is, kind of the just a straightforward shot along with the spectacular, and that's what makes these guys. Puts them in the class that they're in right there. Finally, somebody missed. What was that, 89
Let's see
shots?
if I caught this on the replay. Yeah, there we go.
Are we still getting the flange with the...
Oh, yeah, big
side?
time.
So,
but it's intermittent, so
right,
we're fine.
All right,
so we're not going to worry about it.
No, I'm not worried about it. I'm just the audio guy.
Gravely concerned.
Because I'm gonna get blamed. You realize that, Sean? What the heck, man? What did one of my mentors gonna be? Did I teach you nothing at all? Oh, okay. I'm going to say don't try that at home, but Danny Oaks is like, I'm going to go over the top part of the net and drive this ball on a one-timer when I probably, most mortals will let it go to the screen. Gotta love that. Man, he does that well on the run. Usually we tell people to get back there and kind of stop and maybe step forward. Look at that backhand. That's nuclear. Okay, Pete just let it go a little low, which, by the way, is a kind of an advanced technique. If you want to hit a kind of a lower reset and keep the ball low, you got to let it drop a little bit because you can't hit it way up over your head. Otherwise, it's going to be, the trajectory is going to be too high. Anyway, well, I'm telling you, like I said, if Vuk gets hot, he can kind of take over a bit. I mean, it's still going to be tough because Rosenborg and I are a tough team. There's no question about it.
Rosenborg.
What, the car dealership?
Team Rosenborg. That's what I thought you said. And then I
shout out to
Rosenborg.
J-Dub, Jay Woldenberg, or yeah, J-Dub. I know. I thought you were going with it. Yeah.
No,
For those of
Jackie
you at home, there.
Woldenborg.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
We deliberately mispronounce Jay's name all the time.
But he is an absolute
he likes
legend.
It. He doesn't mind it.
I think he's. I don't know if he's at Exmoor, but I'm fairly certain he's playing in this tournament.
Yeah, I don't think he misses a tournament. Nice shot, by the way.
The dude is dedicated and talented.
Right, and I don't think he called that one either, Pete Rose, but that thing just was knocked down like Joe Frazier, baby. The thing just fell off. All right, 4-1. Rosen. Rose Morgan.
You know that city in Australia that sounds like Mike Tyson trying to say purse?
You know, I'm the one with the dad jokes. You. Perth. Oh, you know what we haven't done? What haven't we done? Tell me what we haven't done.
Talked about home court advantage.
Well, there's that too, but no.
Talked about warm weather paddle.
No, forget that. I'm not talking about like. I mean, these are things that we need to do. Maybe that'll give you a clue. What haven't we done? This is sponsored. Well, we're sponsors, which are probably the most important thing. The CPTC live stream from Chicago, Illinois Bone and Joint Institute, Viking Paddle and Racket Sports, and Wintrust Community Banks, and last but not least, the Volley ball machine, the 22nd century ball machine.
And we do.
We're just going to continue to, we'll just continue to mention them to make up for all of the
that was
malfeasance.
Yeah, we had some malfeasance. we had some technical difficulties at the start.
Yeah, we did for sure
because the amateur was handling
and it wasn't just me.
No, it was all me. But
it's usually
we're gonna really kick it into gear for this second match.
I like your attitude, Cal. I'm feeling the enthusiasm. I'm feeling it. That's cool. I am down. It just doesn't sound right. It just does not sound, hands. Okay, usually, and I'm just going to say it, instructors will say you always wait with ready for a backhand, and you get the forehand flip. But you know what? If you're that quick, look at that. Yeah. I guess like I said, that if you have talent with a capital T, that rhymes with C and it stands for Cal. I know, I'm quoting musical theater now. Get out of town. Just get out. Okay, we know that it's getting warm out there because everybody has doffed the sweatshirt. Except, they have the long sleeves on. I mean, Pete and Danny have the long sleeves on. But oh, look, they're doing signs now. This is awesome. I wonder if they're classic signs because Cal, when you actually give a sign and you're the net player to your service partner or the serving team partner, usually you'll say. There's three basic signs. One would be if you're holding out a fist, that means you're not going anywhere. If you see a finger, usually that means you're going to poach. And then a thumb means, this is the classic one, you're going to fake. Okay? And then sometimes you'll see, okay, I'm pointing to where I want you to serve the ball, and then I'm going to give you the sign of what I'm going to do. Right? Sometimes they're following those classics, and then sometimes these guys get really tricky. Like they have their own little communication. Matter of fact, I can tell you this much. That's what makes sometimes doubles so much more fun. Cal, I know there's a point to this story, by the way. Cal, don't nod off yet. All right, but what a shot. Okay, this is warm weather paddle. I'm just going to make it because Adam only had to move one step to get back there and get that drive, and didn't even have to relinquish the net there. But anyway, what I was going to say is, in doubles, sometimes if you play enough with somebody, you can actually have your own communication. My favorite is a 4-word sentence meant I was going to go, and a 5-word sentence meant I was going to stay. So I would just go, I'd turn to Cal if he was my partner, I'd say, the cattle are dying. And then, if anything, I'd at least get him to just kind of relax, which I had a kind of an uptight partner in college, at least my first year. And I just had to relax him doing something like that. Okay, he goes, what's the sign? What's the sign? Remember, a 4-word sentence, man, and I would just make it up. And then I would just keep talking about him. Right? You look good today, Bob.
Any of the opponents ever pick up on that?
No. Because you just keep changing the subjects, and they're just like, it's about clothes, or whatever. Yeah,
That's funny.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing: they would only pick up on it, Cal, if we were threatening. If we were getting our butts kicked, it wouldn't make any difference what we did. So, because we brought happiness wherever we went, pretty much. Oster. Shout out to the old Flying Dutchman crew, Todd Aarons and company. Todd was our #1 player. I mean, I would play one when we knew we were going to have to sacrifice something. Yeah, I mean, I was sacrificial. Yeah. What? Oh. I like that. Okay, we're picking up some ambient dialogue now, Cal, which is, I find it interesting. Nobody else does, but I find it interesting. And at least we're not, hearing the F-bombs or whatever. These guys are pretty clean, pretty much. Like if they really mess something up, you'll probably hear something, an expletive. But I don't know. Do we need to have a disclaimer? I don't think so. Okay.
I don't think so. I think
all right. Yeah, right when we're going to show the sponsors is when we get. Somebody's going to call from Wintrust. Sean, can I talk to you for a second? Yeah. Anyway, if you have just joined us, we are at lovely Exmoorcc Country Club in. It is
approximately 11:22.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
Central.
About 51 degrees. Winds out of the south at 8 miles an hour. But it says on the listing for the. I love that.
Yeah, it's going to happen every time.
Let's keep it.
Yeah, we'll swap out the cameras in between sets.
But it wouldn't surprise me if part of this club is in Lake Forest, because we got a lot of land here, dude.
That's true.
And we're not that far from it. Well, no, we're closer to Highwood, aren't we?
Yeah, we're close.
So I take it back. All right, whatever. I'll shut up. Because on the listing on the website, the APT website, it does say Lake Forest, Illinois.
So was that? Guess that was game for Rose Morgan.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. 5-2, for sure. Danny and Fook are still in it. This is what do they call it? The crucial 7th game, I want to say.
So, the all-important 7th game just happened.
Crucial 7th game,
so
exactly.
This is now the 8th game.
Yes.
But as Jason Love would say, the most deceptive lead in paddle, 5-2.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I probably choked away more matches. One more game. I better not double.
It's the one nice thing about my game is I never choked away matches. I just was never in them in the first place.
Oh man. So here's what I was thinking. There are. So my job, and I'm not going to go into it because I don't think it's appropriate. But I am a territory manager for a racket sports company, and the one thing I do, I go to different clubs, and some clubs have slogans. I noticed, and at one point, way back when, and I was a big fan of Midtown clubs for a bunch of different reasons. But shout out to the Schwartz family, by the way. I remember they had a great slogan, which was we'll bring out the best tennis player in you, which I kind of like. Actually, there was one time where I was working the front desk at Midtown, and I did this. I admit it. Now, probably later on, 30 years now later, I'm going to admit this. They had a computer screen. It was a monochromatic, CRT monitor, and they had we bring out the best tennis player in you. And then what I would put underneath it, because I found a way to get to the screen and put whatever I wanted on the screen, but it wouldn't really mess anything up. And it would say ... And if it was not readily apparent, we're going to beat it out of you. Would say stuff like that. And they're like, well, I remember my boss coming in, my supervisor, he was mortified. What did you do? Henry, calm down. You can't mess up the computer system. They knew that somebody like me was going to run for the front desk. And But yeah, so I'm just wondering if Raleigh, because he's a very creative guy. Let's face it, you've worked for him for years, Cal. Mike Raleigh, the
absolutely.
director
Yeah,
here
I'm
at
sure.
Exmoorcc.
The
I'm
sigh
sure.
was not because of Mike Robb. I'm trying to think if we have a slogan. I don't.
It's me. I'm used to it.
I don't think there was
I'm
a-
surprised you're not yawning.
I don't think there was a slogan.
Okay, I'm just saying but we
had
have
this,
that.
Well, we had this talk with Jason, where each club usually has like a mascot. So it's the Exmoorcc Gators.
Are they
So
really the
yeah,
Gators?
Yeah.
Is that Gators?
Oh, no.
G-A-T-E-R?
Danny.
No. Okay, there go the ratings right there. Dan Oaks, man. Okay. Here's the thing, Cal. So I am way over
Talking
the hill.
about frickin' Gators. This guy.
I'm way over the hill. I'm setting up for the stream, and of course I probably no way. Oh my gosh! I mean, this is totally unprofessional for me to give a conversation while we are technically on the air. But hi, Spencer Granger and Scotty. Is it Scotty? Oh, she's so cute. Oh, I wish we had a booth cam. That's so cool. How are you? Fantastic. Wait, you
No,
come
you
in? Yeah,
are.
you can.
Yeah.
Just you go all the way to the. Yeah, you can just whatever you want to do. Fantastic. Oh, she's so cute. Gosh, I missed that. Those of you parents out there that have older kids, and when I say older, I've got a 30-year-old now. Christian is 30, yeah. And I just missed that age where you can pick them up. Yeah, savor it. She getting rid. Take care, Spencer. By the way,
our wishes go out to Danny, by the way.
that's
That
right.
was
Is he?
not
Yeah,
super
sorry.
professional.
Sorry, whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, Dan. Seriously, Dan's one of my favorite people, by the way, out here.
Let's put it this
I really
way.
hope he's okay.
If there was ever a time in the season for it to happen,
This is not. You know what, Cal? Way to spin it and make a silver lining out of it. I mean, not silver, maybe tin.
yeah.
But I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's not silver because there's nothing silver about Dan Oaks getting.
No, not at
Because
all.
now he's not going to play the rest. This is part of the round robin, right?
Yeah.
Now, can they
They do have
subs?
They do
Really,
have
this would
subs,
be
yeah.
awesome. Now, can they do that immediately?
That's a good question.
I'm wondering. I mean, here's the thing. If it's me, if I'm Vuk and Adam, okay, that's a tough one because these guys they're competitive. They want to win.
Yeah.
But if I'm Vuk and Adam, I'm like, just bring somebody else in. Let's play.
Yeah.
I want to get some reps in. And Adam definitely wants to. He likes to play matches, man.
Yeah.
That guy. I know Pete
Oh,
does
Danny
too.
is.
He's going to continue. He's a trooper, man. You
Yeah,
got to like Dan Oaks.
Yeah.
He was actually there you go. Or just start it. Wait. And everybody starts. Yeah. That's awesome. Danny Oaks. Do we have applause? I don't know if we have
I think
applause.
let's just go through all of them first.
That's not it.
All right.
No. Okay. No, we don't. Sorry. We should.
Yeah.
I'll try to do
Here's
that. I am the audio guy.
as somebody who's had my fair share of Achilles injuries,
Yeah.
I can't say that seeing how painful it looks for him to walk that this is the best
gonna
move.
last. Well, here's the other thing. I can tell you this much. He's maybe he might be a little taller than me actually. Okay, but he's carrying like half the weight I carry. So it probably is going to affect him less. Oh, there it is. He's done.
Yeah.
He is such a class act. By the way, he was the one handling the Legends final.
Absolutely.
He was our host.
He
It's just wrong that something like that
he
happens
did-
to a guy that cool.
He managed Legends this season, I think,
Yeah,
was his thing. He did
Yeah.
obviously a great job with it. It's always
Jesus, you know what?
great watch.
Okay, well, anyway, real quick, I was coming down I was probably stepping on the landscaping the wrong way, and I kind of almost twisted my ankle. I was almost like this. If only I could just I'll take the injury. He can have my ankle, which he probably wouldn't want anyway. At my age, who wants that? Is pretty much ready to go snap. But that's just wrong. You know what? Hopefully he heals up. He's young. He'll heal up quick. Maybe not obviously for this tournament, but I mean, we got this. Is he in the Illinois Married Mix, by the way, which would be a bad idea
I
for
think
us
he is, yeah, because his
to
wife is
mention
a
it.
tournament player as
There
well.
you go.
So.
There you go. So maybe he'll be a couple
Oaks
weeks.
power couple.
He'll be back out there.
Yeah, we hope to see
The
him out there.
Sequoias.
Yeah.
I love that name. Man. I'm so.
Well,
they're great.
Oaks.
They're great.
They're the Oaks.
I know, but I'm just saying he's all right. You're right. Fine.
All right. Well, we will.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
We will be back shortly. We're gonna go get an
Figure
answer
out what
if
we're
there's-
doing.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna sub in. Otherwise, the next match is slated for 12:30, so we'll be live then for the continuation of the
Yes.
round robin.
Yes.
So we hope to see you guys back.
We will be
but
back. We might even have the venerable Coach McClure with us.
Yeah.
By that time,
in theory,
maybe.
we should.
Maybe not. I
So
don't
we'll
know.
take a word from our sponsors again. Thank you to all of them, including the new ones, Master Paddle and Me4Paddle.com.
Exactly. Very good. So we'll mention them again, by the way.
Yeah.
Other than the CPTC, which is always there.
Oh, of course.
The juggernaut, the stalwart right there. Viking Paddles, not necessarily in this order. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute.
Who Danny is presumably going to be
Probably,
visiting
yeah,
soon.
right. Make an appointment right now.
Yeah.
Get on the app. Wintrust Bank, and of course, Volley, the machine of machines.
All right,
Anyway, we'll be
Yep.
back. We're going to probably go right to a pause in the proceedings, and then just stay tuned because we're going to have more paddle for you.
All right,
Okay.
we'll be here.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care.
Want to see how Volley can transform training at your club? We've got a great offer for you. Gather 30 of your club friends and you'll get a free 30-day trial of Volley. Experience firsthand how Volley's trainer can help everyone improve. Increase reps and track your progress, all while training smarter. Don't miss out. Visit getvolley.com and unlock your club's full potential with a 30-day free trial.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
at it already.
Oh,
And
we're back.
we're already rolling here. We didn't even get the warm up there, which is okay, because that's actually a waste anyway, Cal. I mean,
So true.
I'm not saying it's a waste to warm up. I didn't say that. It's just in case you're wondering. Even though I do not like warming up personally, I know I didn't get more popcorn, Cal. Sorry, I've been just saying. So we are back at if you didn't notice already, we are back, and the year is 1896. No, this is
Year of our Lord.
exactly. Exmoorcc Country Club. Sean Albrecht, Cal Noble, go for Cal coming back at you.
Talk to me.
In Highland Park. It says Lake Forest on the internet, but it really is Highland Park, Illinois.
Yeah, and I wonder-
historically significant landmark laid in Highland Park. Yeah, what
It
were you
is
gonna
all
say?
of those things. I wonder if
What?
I'm trying to think. Are there more clubs in Lake Forest that are? Because I know obviously
Not
this
really.
has taken place at like 10
Well,
clubs.
I know Team Nationals isn't being held everywhere. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know there are other places maybe, but
Well, like at Lake Forest Club. But yeah, no, the home
Exactly.
site, the host
Is
site
right here.
is right here at Exmoor,
Yep.
Highland Park, Illinois.
Yep.
700 Vine Avenue.
nice.
Feel free to stop by.
53
Free
degrees,
lunch.
winds out of the west at 8 miles an hour still.
Not actually free
Anyway,
lunch.
what you're watching is a match, by the way, between the near side, by the way, that kind of sky hook and forehand volley was Graham McNerney.
And for those Chicago natives, we
Right.
did have a Legends match on Wednesday that featured, well, not on the stream, but in the match itself that evening, these three of these players, Graham, McNerney, Alex Lambropoulos, Girani Barnes, all there. I think Randy Lofgren,
Yep, was not there.
because
Randy,
I think he's from the East Coast.
Oh, he is. He was.
Yeah.
I believe he lives in North Carolina, or at least he's from North Carolina if he doesn't live there. But and so it's going to be kind of a treat to be able to see him, watch him play. Really don't get to watch him much because he's mostly an East Coast guy. So for those of you who are kind of paddle junkies like me and Cal, it's going to be what, Cal? What?
I don't know if
I mean, maybe you don't like the word junkie. Is
well,
that
no,
what it
I
is?
just don't
You
know if I call
like-
myself a paddle
a
junkie.
junkie. Okay.
I get my
I
fill
thought
from
you
doing
were-
this, and that's
Or you know what? You could have played along.
us. As a
I'm
paddle
just saying,
junkie,
you could have.
Sean's a paddle junkie like myself.
What do we? But you know, if we were shooting a movie, usually you say cut, Cal. We would just keep rolling. We'll just edit it out of there.
It's 40-15 early lead
It is
for
40-15, right? Yep. For,
McNerney Lofgren.
Yep.
Well, that's an interesting play
I
to
was gonna
take
say-
to take Graham's.
So, you know what? Credit to McNerney, even though they lost that point, in kind of a quasi, for him, embarrassing fashion. But he plays with so many different partners. It does McNerney, and that stuff is bound to happen if you're not. I'm not saying he's never played with Randy Lofgren before, but there's a very good chance that he hasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just a McNerney.
Little payback
that's-
there from Graham.
I know. That's just a McNerney thing. And by the way, it looks as though, and I've never seen Randy play, but it looks as though Randy likes to kind of do what Graham likes to do, which
Yeah.
is pretty much dominate the center of the court right around the net area anyway. And so when you have to adjust, and if anybody can do it, it'd be Graham to be able to adjust around somebody's style. That'll be cool. Anyway, on the other side, no shortage of talent either.
Oh, no.
The Alex Lambropoulos, Lambeau Field, like you like to call him.
I think in some way he's members at Exmoor. It might be his parents.
Maybe Patty.
Yeah.
Patty, yeah. Anyway, so, and very extremely talented player,
Oh,
Alex. And then, of course, another legend, Girani Barnes, as we like to call him, or he likes to call him.
I
So,
forgot
the
what his
future.
name was from the paddle files, but
What, the nickname?
yeah, he had a good one too.
The future.
No, was that?
Yeah, that's what
that
it
was his thing. Okay.
Which, by the way, fits him perfectly.
The future.
And there's a guy, again, I'm going to say it again, and this is the coolest thing about some of these matches, is that everybody on the court can hit any shot. Like, there isn't, and again, I haven't seen Randy play, but my guess is, there we go. I was going to say, I don't know if he drives his backhand a lot, but apparently he does. Look at that. I mean, that was a quasi-tomahawk. We do not teach that. That's talent. You just don't, So, obviously, displaying some serious skill already. The one-hander from Graham. Strong dude. Usually doesn't miss that shot. But anyway, so this promises to be actually very competitive as well. For those of you who stayed with us through the Rose Morgan Oaks Jovanovic match. Poor Danny Oaks pulled a. We're thinking it's a, what is it, Achilles? Did we say Achilles?
Well,
maybe.
yeah, he
maybe
said it was his calf, so
calf
probably
muscle? Okay.
hamstring.
All right. But
Or
we
just
wish him
calf.
well, man. Danny Oaks, one of the coolest
Or
people
Achilles.
out there. Not only one of the most talented, but really one of the nicest guys you'll ever see on the platform.
See, I did a
man.
good job of fixing the camera.
It looks, I'm telling you, there's a vibe to that, Like that's how hard they're hitting the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you watch a baseball telecast and somebody's throwing heat from the mound and they have the catcher has his catcher cam, right? Mm-hmm. And then when the ball comes in, there's like a shake because the thing's coming in at like $101, 101 miles an hour. That's what we're getting pretty much from the, I'm trying to spin it positive, Cal. Work with me. All right. Anyway,
Interesting
there we
game
go.
there.
So Bamboo shoots all around. Lambarney.
Lambarney.
I love it. I like it. Let's combine their last
Lambarney
names.
and Lofnerney.
Lambarney and Lofnerney. It works. But Lambo and Girani evening things up. I personally, although Alex's forehand is lethal, okay, I love his backhand. It's pretty much technically perfectly. He's got such great mechanics. There are guys on the circuit, so to speak, the tour, I'll say, that was a super shot. That's vintage McNerney right there, McGruber, with that little cutter there. But there are some guys on the tour that hit a great two-handed backhand. Alex is one of them, but you just wouldn't know him for that because he's got a big forehand. But I actually think sometimes his backhand is just as lethal. I'm just trying to think of a couple other guys. Pete Rose has got. We were just watching him a little while ago, and then I don't know, Robbie. You think Robbie Steinman?
Oh,
I would think he's got. That's a big backhand. So there are just a couple people that you'll see, and these are all, by the way, Chicago and Chicagoland players. Like we have to mention that, Cal. That basically, we got pretty much our own legends. Group of players right here in Chicago. All due respect to Randy Lofgren, who is, from what we believe, is from North Carolina.
As well as all the East Coast players, we just don't get an opportunity to watch them as much, but there is
they're
talent
phenomenal
everywhere.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, yeah, no question about it. Technically the home of platform.
This is the Graham and Adam bringing home the national.
Yes.
Nationals was the first time in 8 years. I think.
Look at the hands right there from Randy Lofgren. That was awesome. Pick it up. That was a great move from Alex, just moving in off that ball, figuring it was going to be at Graham's feet, his ankles. But you know what? The thing about Graham is, he's so skilled that even if he's in a bad position, it's not as bad. Look at the touch.
Jeez.
Okay, just for those of you who are watching at home.
All right, good luck. I'm going to fix the camera.
All two of them, you watch the wire there.
You're looking good.
For those of you watching at home, that is not easy to do. A drop volley.
The benefits of not playing paddle? I love that.
A drop volley from a high location off of a shoulder-high ball. Not an easy shot at all. Just FYI. So we're having a few technical issues. I hope you can still hear me, because I know the stream is going, but we're having a few issues. And part of it is it rained, and so Cal's shooting out there because we're working on the skeleton crew here. Cal and I are the only ones back here, but we had a little rain, and so it looks as though some of the wires maybe the camera got kind of wet, so we've had to kind of handle this stuff. So you're hearing, if you're still on the air, if we're still on the air there, you're hearing the third game going, or I should say the fourth game going on. But right now the screen is frozen, so it's kind of interesting. I'm trying to describe that. I really don't do platform radio. I kind of do because you don't really see me, but the point I'm trying to make is it's still kind of cool. So Cal is back and whispering into the microphone.
Sorry.
We are just so professional. But at least we got the score right.
Oh, we're so back.
And I'm not sure what the game score is right here, Cal. But obviously it's going to be somebody serving from the due side. Girani is. So
We're going to go 15-all.
I like it. We'll find out. There's the famous Graham McNerney forehand.
Oh, the camera looks bad.
See, you know what? I blame that on myself. Because I think what I do is I either relax people or I bore them. I can't figure out which. And people just start to, nod off. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, if you've just joined us and you know, judging from the technical issues we've been having, you probably just did. We are at lovely Exmoorcc Country Club in landmark Layden Highland Park, Illinois. Historically significant. Did that go in? It did. It hit the back edge of the line there. It was amazing. And we are watching a team nationals match. This is a round-robin format for the first couple of rounds. And so you're watching, right now that's Gerani Barnes from the far side serving. And his partner, Alex Limbropoulos, right there on the deuce side, right about to hit a scoop out of the nick there. And right there, that last forehand volley was struck, of course, by the defending national champion, Graham McNerney, and his partner. What a shot. Tell you what, you know, when things just start rolling for you, Cal, that just happens. I mean, that was, I don't think he meant to hit it quite that well, but, you know, when you're talented, so again, good things happen, right? Wow, just pounded that thing. And I think that might be a break of serve. It is. That was a really good estimation of the score there, Cal. I'm impressed by that. So a 3-1 lead for Lofgren McNerney, or I should say McNerney Lofgren, if you want to read it that way. I'm always kind of backwards talking. So I have
McNerney Graham.
Exactly.
Lofgren Randy.
And
jeez.
Yeah.
It's an interesting shot.
It is, again, we mentioned, it is kind of technically warm weather paddle, because it's, I want to say, let's find out. Let's find out, everybody. What's
signature?
The temp is? It is 49 degrees right now.
What's that real feel?
It's 57, so we still got a 12-degree differential. Awesome cutter. And, okay, got to love that, too. Off his back foot, kind of just spinning. I love that camera, dude. I feel like it's Total Recall.
It was, yeah. That one was cool.
You know, here's the thing. Didn't you just say this about Danny Oak's injury? Hey, it's good that this is happening at the end of the season. We start out the platform season live streaming, and we have camera angles like that, camera issues like that. Do you want to?
I am going to actually replace the camera.
Out?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I'll do that between sets.
Because we can, yeah. All right, so a 4-1 lead for McNerney and Lofgren.
But look at how cool that is.
Well, that is cool. A tweener in the.
We're going to have to remember this.
Wow.
I promise I'm going to stop going back to this. But I just want to make sure that we save that for next year's intro video.
Oh.
Because that, we
Did
do a little retro theme. No, I think that was wide. Or
just
long.
missed it.
Yeah.
Nice backhand cutter from Lofgren, by the way, just to force that. Remember, a drop shot, it's nice to win the point with it, but as J-Lo would say, were he here, probably, anyway, drop shots are really designed for movement, not necessarily to win the point.
What?
So,
Intarnation.
Right. I think we're, okay, if I'm not mistaken, it's 15-all.
This feels like one of the, when they like mic up the pitcher or whatever while they're playing. So I'm going to be fixing stuff while still on the mic here.
That's fine. Just.
Is it 15-all you said?
I believe it is 15.
Okay. Let's get that adjusted.
Nice lob.
There. Okay.
That might have clipped the edge of the line there, too. Or what? Maybe not. I don't know. Did they call that wide?
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at 15-30.
Or 30-15.
No, I don't think so. Unless they call. I thought they called maybe Alex's overhead wide. Let's hear what he says. Let me try to hike up the on-court mic. 30s? Does he say it? He didn't say it. Okay. So it could be 15-40. And again, we apologize for the scorekeeping anyway, but we apologize particularly here because we've been having some technical difficulties. And sometimes, especially when the screen freezes, it's difficult to figure out who's winning and who isn't. We should also mention, let's face it, if you want to throw our sponsors up there, Cal, one more time, it'd probably be a good idea. Of course, the CPTC, our Lord and Savior, so to speak. That's terrible. Boy, I tell you what. Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. My gosh, yes, Viking Paddles and Wintrust Community Bank, and of course, the machine of machines, the volley machine. And thanks to all the sponsors. We kind of half joke about it, but it really is awesome to have such amazing. I didn't say
broadcast
telecast.
is fine.
Oh,
Broadcast
okay,
is fine. Telecast
fine.
is dated.
It's not? All right, well.
It's also just
but
wildly
see,
inaccurate.
That's kind of...
It's not televised.
Wildly?
Yeah, it's
okay.
We're not going over the waves,
think,
man. This isn't satellite radio.
Here I'm thinking I was getting a B- on this test, and I pretty much failed it. Yeah, Sean, you got a 38.
That was a huge no-ad point.
That
right there
was.
to take him to 2-4.
That was.
All right. Well, best of luck, Sean. I'm gonna.
All right. Well, Cal's gonna get out there and see if he can change out the camera. We're gonna pretty much leave the angle the way it is. I might go overhead depending on how we're doing, because I'm working the vid as well here. For right now, McNerney with the cut overhead. And yes, for those of you who are watching, and you are series, you play a series, you have a regular practice with a pro, and you're watching them. They are swinging the ball, yes. And have we said, and I say that because I'm still an instructor, not to swing the ball for the most part. Look, you get to a certain level, and it actually, as long as you're set up for it, in other words, as you hit the ball to the other corner, good leave right there, a little wide for Girani right there. That is still a shot that you want to hit every so often, but if you're going to swing the ball, you've got to do it and know that your partner knows you're going to be swinging it. What we mean by swinging it, in other words, if the ball has been struck to the ad side, and then somebody lobs it, you're swinging it back to the do side. That's what we're talking about. All right, I'm loving Randy Lofgren's, man, underhand serve. That's on. He's got a lot of English on that thing, man. Some rotation, baby. He's doing it North Carolina style. I love he's got the, and he moves in. To notice the stance. Anybody notice that? That's kind of cool, man. Got style. Guys got some style. I don't want to go to that camera. We'll bring it back here. I love the move, though, from Alex. He's aggressive, man, and he'll just see if something's kind of floating, and there really is an opportunity. Lambo's pretty much going to try to take advantage. And, I mean, it's one of those things where just like if you are going to poach, in other words, move over, cut off a volley, it's always probably a good idea to stay aggressive about a certain move, and that's kind of Alex's MO, man. You know, even if he misses it, he still wants to kind of stay as aggressive as possible.
Oh,
it looks
perfect.
Like Cal's back, and we've got, wow. In the dark.
What score are we at?
Right now, it looks like 5-2.
Okay. Well, I'll be back again.
Yeah, that's okay. The quintessential seventh game, and I don't mean that in an NBA or Major League Baseball sense. We're talking about like it's 5-2. Perfect. I don't want to say perfect paddle weather because let's face it, technically paddle weather is, somewhere in the 30s, maybe low 40s. I always say perfect paddle weather is when you're just starting to see your breath. Graham McNerney missing a forehand, which he doesn't do very often. I don't think you win as much as he does if you miss a forehand volley. It was a nice serve from Girani Barnes. A little long. Just missed it. Randy Lofgren probably doesn't miss very often, just judging from the skill coming off that guy's paddle. Never seen him play before. So there's 3 in a row. And yes, there is a rule in paddle that says if your partner misses their return, you don't miss the next one. But again, these guys, they're on a certain level. Oh, that would have been spectacular. Lambo trying a little backhand cutter there. And we are trying to keep score if we can. But right now, I just want to say it's 40-15, if you really want to find out. It's here. Okay. A little long, I think. Is that game? It's not 6-2, by the way. It's 40-15. I don't know. We might have a cable issue. Am I wrong? Okay. You know what? I think it's 5-3, by the way. It's not 6-2. I think I hit that. My mistake. My bad, which is basically something we hear every day with Sean. My bad. My mistake. Sorry. I just get carried away. Okay, so I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. Girani Barnes has pretty much one of the coolest, if not the coolest, backhand screen slice drive in the game. He also has a really, really cool backhand roll, which most people can't really pull off, but he's skilled enough to do it. when I say backhand roll, I mean literally from, let's say, to his left where he's hitting a backhand, outside the alley, he can snap it on a really acute angle cross court to the right. And it's very, very difficult to do that, by the way, in platform. It's not easy to do in tennis either, but platform, there's just not a lot of room, you know? So you have to have just a superhuman touch to be able to do that. And Girardi can do it on a regular basis. So it's almost like you don't leave it open because he's going to try it. Unless you want to bait him into it. You're like, hey, man, here, go after it. But the thing is, he's going to hit it. You know, that's just him. We're hitting the logo a lot here, too. I still say the logo should light up if it gets hit, and just the next point where it's worth like 4, it'll be like a game show.
That seems like a pretty big target, though.
You're right. I mean, they really wanted everybody to know that it's Exmoorcc Country Club, I can pretty much say. And that we are, what did you say, 100 and how many years old?
126?
126.
Well, no.
No,
Now it's got to be
129?
100. Yeah. Well, no, it can't be that. They had their 125 like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. All right, one. I don't know.
I think it's 4015. Sorry, Graham, I'm blowing this, but
That's all right.
I
No.
wasn't even here, so
No, that's okay.
we're dealing with.
I was, and I would be blowing it anyway. We're kind of used to it, Cal, you know.
Yeah, I'm just going to run a new cable
Oh, you missed it.
at halftime.
You got it. I want it. What, they
One
probably
quick look.
watch it.
Epilepsy warning to those of you at home.
Come on. I suppose that would be bothersome to somebody in that, especially if you're wearing a Pope hat from Hackney's when we were back there. And when I say Pope hat, I know there's a name for the hat that the Pope wears, by the way.
Yeah.
I just can't remember what it is.
I know he wears Pope pajamas.
Okay, Pope. Nice. By the way, I'm not making fun of the Pope.
It's not a cassock.
I'm just wow.
That's what priests wear.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm kind of,
Well,
happy.
here we got Mike Raleigh. This guy knows everything.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Do you know the name of
What the hat the Pope wears? I know that's probably not nothing to do with platform. See now but if Mike doesn't know it, that's set though, right?
I'm
we're
gonna
looking
assume,
at 6'3", yeah. So we're set. I mean, I tell you what, we're gonna.
Is it set? No,
I don't
think so.
I don't think so either.
I think it's 5'4".
5. Really? All right. Well,
yeah,
let's see. Let's see.
Or
Maybe
they
you're
took
right.
the quickest break in
4 or 5. Sorry,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
All right, Graham, I'm locked in now. So if
Okay,
you're watching
beautiful,
this
that's
back, we're locked in.
All right, so this is kind of interesting because we are working with a no-ad scoring rule, Cal. So if they get to deuce, it's just a different dynamic at no-ad.
A what? Meat tray.
Meat tray. There you go. Thank you. We knew.
See, he's got
Mike
all the
Raleigh
answers.
can always come up with it. He got it.
He didn't even look that up. He just knew that.
Yeah, he kind of figured it
jeez.
out. Meat tray. Yeah. And what I was going to say is I'm just happy the Pope is okay. Is what I'm saying. Because he was having, that's what
I don't know why the Pope has come up so much today, but
But you know what? Because there was a health scare for him. You know, that's all. Yeah,
yeah, I wasn't keeping up with
he's
that.
okay. Apparently, well, I mean, for the time being, he's okay. He's an older guy.
Well, keep me updated.
Okay, all right. Was that sarcastic?
It was.
All right. Well,
But
at least you admit that it was.
we love the
What a shot.
Pope.
Randy, unbelievable. That's how fast they are down there in North Kakalaki. They basically, I know, that's
Well,
sometimes
that's where
they say it.
Christian McCaffrey started out.
Yeah,
so
that's right. So
doesn't get
look at
faster than that guy.
I tell you what, I am just digging Laughlin's game, man. Guy's got some, look at that. Anything he wants.
That's
Pretty
the way
much.
you want it.
Exactly. Great lob. Look at Barnes picking it up. It's like he's teaching a lesson. You want to talk about a guy who's just chill pretty much the whole time. So, and I gotta give Alex and Girardi credit, man. They are hanging, and they're doing what they needed to do, which is pretty much staying on the point. How did that get over? It's Graham. That's how it got over. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't. Let's not quote
Sports Center.
former presidents. I don't know. I was going to say. I'm just trying to think of somebody who says that. He used to.
George W.
No,
Bush?
I'm talking about Joe Biden, I think.
Oh.
Come on, man. I think that was,
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he
he
did.
used to say that. All right, so is it 40-15? Really? No. No, I thought it was. If
Hold
they
on,
lost,
they're talking about it.
40 low, isn't it?
No, it can't.
40 love? No.
thought he just said he.
Well, it's either
thought
that
he
or
got
15,
one good return.
30-15. Yeah, 30-15. Maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
You know, Graham, we were doing fine earlier, but watch this. Watch this. Sick. It's got to be one of the best gets we've ever got on.
For sure. Not only that, that's pretty much. If we have an award for the shot of the day, that's pretty much.
That's the front runner for sure.
Exactly. Get out.
All right, that's still happening.
Wow. That is a cool effect, though. You know, if we can harness it.
Analog. Yeah, getting that effect analog is kind of cool. The beam splitter.
Look at the reaction time from Girani, noticing the short volley.
Yeah, so it couldn't have been 40 love.
Quasi almost immediately. Even before that, he was just on it. Unbelievable. 40-15. Good hands. Yeah, there's another pro. There are a lot of guys that if they get hot, they can affect a match. Girani's one of them for sure. Alex definitely. Matter of fact, any of these guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. For sure and for certain. And if you just joined us, hey, we are having some technical difficulties, but we're still trying to bring as much of the men's team nationals, APTA men's team nationals, to you as possible. Beautiful day for paddle. If you like relatively warm weather paddle, 49 degrees. And again, with the wind chill, we were saying it. I don't know why we'd call it the wind chill because it's actually 57 with the chill.
Well, I don't think you call it the wind chill. You call it the real feel.
The real feel?
That's the new term.
Really?
Yeah. But
Really
someone brought this up. Well, multiple people have brought this up. We're at 5 all, by the way. What is temperature if it's not what it feels like? So what is the real feel? Shouldn't that? But this is.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, my rule was, listen, if you can see your breath just when you can see your breath, that's perfect paddle weather. Like, in other words, if it's just where you can kind of see your breath, I think now you're getting into what we call perfect paddle weather. That's me. I'm an older guy, though. Look at the touch. Once again, I'm going to say it one more time, just ad nauseum. McNerney, with even a shoulder high or above volley, can drop it, which is not easy.
That is a cool effect.
I'm not even going to say not easy. I'm just going to say pretty much darn near impossible, except for him. He seems to do it on a regular basis.
No,
we just give him. What do you doff your cap there, Cal? Doff your cap, so to speak, for sounds dirty the way I say it.
All right. Well, I wasn't thinking that.
I'm just, I'm just being honest. I'll be earnest if you rather.
You do have a little bit of a Hemingway going.
Me? What, because of the beard?
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it. Well, we don't have a booth camp, so nobody can see that.
That's true.
You know what? I just want to just sit there and try to grow it as much as possible, like Chia Pet type of thing, like this way. Anyway, not that makes any difference. If you strain yourself and pull a muscle trying to grow your beard, you're pretty much a weirdo.
Yeah, so 5:30 is the score.
5:30.
Blinking you. All right.
Yeah, exactly. And again, all credit to look at the post. Oh, okay. Again,
nuts and
if you're his partner, I'm going to say it again. I'm not just offending him because maybe he's missed a couple of them, right? But I still say, no, that's your ball.
Go for that. Yeah.
Take it. And besides, look, they've come back, so they're obviously just okay. Fortune favors the brave. Am I going to say it that way? I think. There you go.
Matt Damon said that in a crypto commercial.
There you go. You are old enough to be investing, apparently, now. You had your appointment with your advisor.
Who shall remain nameless.
Well, you can name him Edward. But anyway,
Big J.
It's not A.G. Edwards either. There used to be one. I think they're still in the investment business, A.G. Edwards. But
so here's a question for you.
Shoot.
If you're playing paddle.
Yeah.
And you're 5'5",
which is all the time. Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to be on serve?
Okay, I don't mean to cop out on the question, but it depends on who I'm playing or who we're playing, because there are guys whose return, that's their game. Their serve is, and again, you can't really be all that offensive, so to speak, on the offensive minded, that is, as a server, but I would rather be serving, yes. The only reason I say this is because we can get the net first, and I like to volley. Some guys are like, look, I'd rather be back at the baseline, ripping drives, hitting lobs, playing defense, and then looking to maybe make a play for the net. But if I'm playing against Graham, I want him at the baseline. I don't even want to play Graham.
Well, who
for
saw
instance.
this
I don't want to
coming?
play any of these guys.
Frickin' blink and you miss it.
Exactly.
Lambo and Girani up
Lambo,
6'5".
kind of like driving a Lambo, speeds all the way to 6'5" from 5'2" down, I think. Weren't they
So
down
true.
5'2"? Unbelievable. And hey, when I say that, I'm not saying that Girani had nothing to do with it.
No.
It's the Lamborghini Girani. It's a new model.
It's actually pretty good.
Look, okay, that was a superb volley. He missed it. But part of the reason why he missed it is because Randy.
Retro.
Can you see it? Watch Randy. Yeah.
See, that is, if it just wouldn't flicker like that,
I know, that's
it would
true.
be cool.
Anyway, I was saying if we could have had a replay on that last one, Randy
people on that
basically
one, ice water.
poached and basically affected Girani's volley back.
So we got 15 all
15
here.
all, you
Yeah.
bet. So look at that. And I like when Randy does that. Like I said, you're just checking. It worked last time. Why not do it again?
This is actually a pretty interesting matchup, because would you agree that Girani and Alex actually have fairly similar play styles, and then Randy and Graham have fairly similar play styles, and you kind of have...
Yeah, although I think, and Girani can hit the daylights out of a drive or whatever, but he varies the speed of his drive maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, Alex does
pretty much takes a cut. I mean, not that Alex can't vary the speed, because he does.
No,
He's
but
very
he's just got
intelligent
so
player.
much spin.
For sure. But you're not wrong. Not wrong.
They definitely, similar heights. On both sides of the court. You got
for sure.
big, tall guys to slightly above average height guys.
Oh, yeah. Some guys
These cameras make them look shorter than they are, for the record.
No, these
especially
guys,
when
no.
you're standing next to frickin' 6'8" Graham.
They're sizable.
They're sizable.
I like using that word because that's my definition of me, pretty much, sizable. And of course, I'm sizable, horizontally. It's a problem.
Never gets old.
And
he read that too.
Oh. Again, high part of the net, low percentage, but that's Girani Barnes over there, which means he can
JB.
pull it off. Exactly.
Came up on that serve a little too, yeah.
I'm telling you, Lofgren probably a hell of a tennis player. I would imagine, you get, and usually, by the way, that is not a prerequisite for those of you who have not taken up the game or in a big way. It is not a prerequisite for being a platform tennis player. You don't have to be a tennis player first. Does it help? Oh, heck yeah, it does. Yeah, because you're already going to have certain shots that other people, might be having to work on, but it is definitely not a necessity.
No, I mean, I'm bad at tennis and I'm bad at paddle.
I didn't mean it.
So I don't know if that
I
what
love
that
how you're
offers, but
using yourself as an example, which is nice of you. But there are some players that originally. Oh,
wow, he
not
does
uncharacteristic. Uh-oh. See, where was
Clutch
I?
your pearls, ladies and gentlemen. That's probably the angriest you'll ever see Graham McNerney on a paddle court.
Not only that,
He's
I should
Mr.
have been
cool.
there with the edit button, which I was not. Okay, whatever.
Well, so unless I have this absolutely wrong, which
Right.
number one is always possible, and number two is extra
Keep checking
possible.
that camera like it's going to change.
No, it's like reflex. When I
change.
see the ball go in that corner,
I
I go to
understand.
flip the
I
camera.
understand.
I've got the. That's just.
I just keep thinking,
That's how we do.
no, it's going to correct itself. Don't worry.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's like my, I'm trying to think, like my golf game. You just keep going back to it thinking he's going to get better, but I don't.
Ah, nuts.
See if he could get him to, maybe hit the ball.
So do we have a?
We do have a no-ad point here.
No, that's. I
Oh,
think
no,
it's
it's a set
6-6.
point. Excuse me.
No.
Wait a minute. Really?
No,
Are you
because
sure?
Barnes was serving, so I think we're going tiebreaker.
Oh, we're going tiebreaker now?
Yeah,
Wow.
because Graham is starting.
Where was
to serve.
I?
Yeah.
Trying to figure
I'm on
out.
top of this.
I got to get. I was straightening out my Mitre in the corner. Anyway, like people are like, what the heck is a Mitre? What the heck is he talking about?
A meat tray?
Mitre? No, not like a meat
Yeah,
tray, like an antipasti. Hey, that's the matter. No, it's a Pope hat. But anyway, and why would I have that? Well, come on, doesn't everybody? All right, so 0-1 here, the tiebreaker. I looked a little wide, but they count. Didn't that look wide to you?
I wasn't looking.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, Cal.
Hope
You don't
that
hear that
helps.
very often from people. Most people just kind of lie and say, yeah, sure.
Well, it's a nice quality to have, actually, the sympathy agreement.
Yes. And look, I for one am loving the fact that it's a tiebreaker.
Oh, it's the way that should have ended.
In this era of the NCAA March Madness tournament, all the way to the Final Four, been kind of a yawner. So we're seeing a little bit more. Look at that. Yes. Oh, okay. Vintage Girani Barnes. And what I mean by that is the pace of the volley was darn near perfect. Even if Randy gets back there, the only thing he can do is hit a tweener, and he almost pulled it off. But that's what I'm talking about, where you can volley the ball. For those of you, again, that are playing some of the other series other than one and the Legends division, realize that, yeah, pace of shot, especially at this stage of the game, at any stage of the game, makes a big difference, especially on the volley. You can hit volleys too hard. You can hit shots too hard. Sometimes the best way to hit a volley, or even an overhead, is take some pace off of it. All right, so 2-1. Great volley from Lofgren there. Hands. Hands to heaven, man.
Look, it kind of fit. Seriously, anyone with epilepsy, just sincere apologies.
You
have to freaking put that up there. It's epilepsy warning for flashing lights.
What do you want to put a character generator up there?
There's no time.
Can we put? Are you sure? Okay.
Here we go. Put
a disclaimer up there for the.
But it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a horror movie, really.
I know it's kind of
like
cool.
What is that?
It's cool to me because it's analog, because that's actually happening to the signal.
Oh, so
somehow it's splitting the signal, it's duplicating it inside the cable.
Blair Witch Project.
Because I think SDI is a composite. It has some fiber optic properties.
I think you're right.
So there's some cool. There's some actual cool stuff going on there.
Speaking of keeping the ball low,
the guy in the back.
G-Mac, crazy. That thing just did not come up for air.
Like a
swear to God.
Suicidal diver.
It's beautiful. You just come up with this stuff off the top of your head, don't you?
Well, I used that one before.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Well, Jason was here, and he got really upset about it. Yeah. I think is that 4-1?
It is. Well, wait a minute. No, because I think, did Graham make that volley?
That's why I'm sighing, not because I don't want. I'm not rooting.
I want to see.
Let's see. They have been calling.
Hold up. All right.
No? All right. Cheers.
He's not going to call it. Okay. All right, so, yeah, maybe. I thought...
He's laughing like it's 5-1.
4-2. I might be 4-2. I'm just saying, I think...
Yeah, we'll default to 4-2.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
I mean, we're, for those of you who've just joined us or have been with us for all this time and having to put up with this nonsense...
Apologies.
Yes, exactly. We usually have very few technical difficulties other than just being able to, walk and chew gum and, that type of stuff, and digest food and things. But today it's just been kind of one thing after another. I can still hear the buzzing from the Encore mic, by the way. Can you hear it? I can hear it. I mean, I turned it all the way up. Now it goes away if I... What a jeez. And again, that's vintage McNerney right there. He'll blitz on pretty much anything. I mean, even if it isn't necessarily an appropriate blitz ball, is a big dude. What is Graham, about 6'6", 6'5"?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all of that. So, I mean, on a platform tennis court, which is not the biggest court necessarily, you can really cover a lot of ground. Okay. You're right. We usually don't hear any chirping from Mr. McNerney.
Well, he did just, I think, hit his partner in the face.
I don't know. Did Randy take one in the chops?
I don't know. I don't know.
See that.
Maybe it was off the side of the paddle.
Okay, all right.
I could have replayed it for the rest of the day, but I thought better of it. So here we are.
Something else. That was a great shot. Okay, so here's the thing. That's not Alex's necessarily fault. You have to guess, because when Graham puts his paddle up, that could be a drop volley, or he can hit what he did, which is a hard cutter into the corner. He disguises it so well, very difficult to read. So you sometimes just have to guess, and basically, like I would have done, and he doesn't do it very often, Alex just guessed wrong. He just thought it was going to be a drop volley. He started to move in, and Graham hit a hard cutter into his feet. So that's I mean, again, doff your cap there, Cal.
Just like any.
Take that.
Start calling him J.K. Rowling. Hard read.
Really, you found?
Never bothered.
You do. I mean, you seem like a pretty. Well, yeah. Okay,
Look,
all right.
I'll take a lot from you. I'm not taking that I look like I'm into Harry Potter. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I was going to talk
Just
about
not
your
gonna
reading
read.
skills. You shut up.
Oh no, I suck at reading. Yeah.
All right,
it's embarrassing.
fine. I was, you know, I love the fact that I was actually going to compliment you, and you're chastising me for complimenting you. Well, how dare you?
Yeah, no, I'm not a reader.
Who are you?
I'm a video guy.
That's true. But I figured, I don't know.
No, there's two ways of doing it. Either you read the manual and understand how to do things, or you play around with it, never quite figure it out, and just deal with the fact that it's broken.
That's a big story of my life. And not for nothing, you do seem like you would have been into Harry Potter, maybe when you were
Yeah, well, see, there you go. I knew it was coming.
No, now that you mention it.
No, you know, I have read none of the books, and I've watched one of the movies.
Look at that. I mean,
But I'm not judging.
Lofgren just got laser beam off that side, man. Boom. This is a really good match. Hopefully people at home are watching. I don't know if you were at home. Maybe you're at work.
As long as you
Some
have it on
people work
mute, this should be fairly enjoyable.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. What a shot.
Nuts and bolts. I think that
might be it right there.
From the dejected.
I think so, yeah.
That's said.
So are we taking a little break here?
We're going to take a little break, hear from our sponsors. I'm going to fix the camera.
Go
we'll
get
be
him,
back
Cal.
shortly.
I'm going to cheerlead.
All right.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Want to see how volley can transform training at your club? We've got a great offer for you. Gather 30 of your club friends and you'll get a free 30-day trial of volley. Experience firsthand how volley's trainer can help everyone improve. Increase reps and track your progress, all while training smarter. Don't miss out. Visit getvolley.com.
All right, we're trying some replays here. I want to show, for those of you who missed that shot, that was kind of the shot of the day right there. We're back. Probably could have a little bit of music underneath. It'd be nice. We are back at Exmoorcc Country Club for the Men's Team Nationals 2025. Beautiful day. I was going to say beautiful day for paddle and platform. It really kind of is. It isn't warm weather paddle necessarily, but when the real feel, as we like to say now, is 57 degrees. By the way, you're watching Alex Lampropoulos on the near side get a serve there, and then back off, which is and then move in again. This is how active this dude is. That stay in, it did, and he got unbelievable. I mean, some of the speed that you see out here. Okay, anyway, you're watching Graham McNerney, who just hit that forehand volley, and his partner Randy Lofgren. And they are playing against Alex Lampropoulos, like I just mentioned, and the venerable Girani Barnes, who just missed uncharacteristically a little lob there. So we're having a little technical difficulty with the camera on the right side, so bear with us here. And then the scoreboard, we'll just wait for Cal to get back. We'll try to just keep score here, and I'll just try to eyeball it as we go. I think we're looking at 30-15 right here, if I'm not mistaken, as Alex hits that serve. Huge backhand from Lofgren right there. Talk about turning your shoulders. Those of you watching at home, kinesiologically, not to use a big word for me anyway, that's a huge backhand. And part of the power that he gets out of that is coming from a shoulder turn, and a core, I should say, turn. Scoreboard-wise, Cal, I'm just wondering if we got Cal coming back into the booth here. I love the fact that Graham, I didn't even get a chance to replay that, but Graham off his back foot, 2 feet behind the baseline, tried an overhead. You don't see that very often, but I mean, to me, it's cool that a guy like that, who is a national champion, can try a shot like, what a get Lofgren from his ankles. That was just spectacular. All right, we're still into this game here. I'm watching Cal kind of string some cable along. I feel like I'm watching the Comcast guy right here as we're in the booth here. Another get. Unbelievable. I think that is game. So, and we're back up. If you want to throw, if you don't mind, you don't have enough to do there, Cal. Want to put just 1-0 up there for Lambropoulos and Barnes. Anyway, so McNerney and Lofgren won the first set, 7-6. Awesome tiebreaker. I haven't seen Randy Lofgren play before, but I am a big fan already. And so we're back for the second set here. Lambropoulos and Barnes have kind of set themselves up, asserting themselves early. We still have the awesome music in the background here. I'm just keeping it up while we're fixing the camera. I don't know why we really need to do that. I could probably fade it out. Yeah. I know people are like, what is this music? Come on, man. What are we? This is not a radio station, Sean. We're trying to watch some platform. What kind of a guy? What kind of a commentator is this guy? Anyway, so again, I believe it is 15 love. Here, I don't even know if we can. I'm not sure if I can even do the score at this point. Did that go in? I think it did. I think that was almost an ace. I want to say 15 all. Are you back? Period. Let me see. That looks nice. You do some good work there, dude. Nice.
15 all. Who we got serving?
It is Graham.
Sweet.
And I'm not sure it's 15 all right now, but let's just check it out. Let's see.
Well, let's hope.
It's perfect.
If it's not, make it 15 all, Graham.
You bet. So we were just so you know, we're situated kind of in the front desk area, watching on a monitor.
Yeah, we've had a couple people come up thinking we work here, which is fair, by the way.
I know.
We're standing behind the desk.
If we stand up, it does look like we're trying to help you.
And I did used to work here, so.
There you go. So that makes the familiarity even more, kind of understandable. Look at Barnes.
Once you're a part of the Exmoorcc family,
you know what?
It's for life.
Look, you know what? I park a mean car, dude. I've been a server and a valet before.
Valet.
Valet, yes, caddy, and actually worked in the. You might want to fade out the entire song here.
The food and beverage department.
Only a college,
taste tester?
not at a country club. No.
Yeah.
But
is it kind of like the garbage disposal type thing?
You mean in the bag room? No.
No, they just they.
Oh, I see what
they
you mean.
give you the leftovers.
You know what? I'll take country club leftovers, dude.
Oh my.
Wait, look at me. I'll take any leftovers.
Nice.
It's true.
All right, so I'm gonna go.
Wide load.
Here we go.
They're
discussing.
You know what? Graham is always on top of stuff. He did miss an overhead or even.
So it's 30-15.
This is what we're assuming. Yeah. This time, Barnes was ready for it. Last time, I think he kind of stayed to his right a little bit too much, and he got handcuffed by the last serve. And this time he's like, nope, not again. You don't do that to the future twice.
The future.
Shot. So it was a competitive first set. I mean, you can't ask for much more.
Couldn't be closer if you tried.
Exactly. And again, this is how deep just platform is anyway across the nation. Obviously, Randy Lofgren from North Carolina, I wasn't even aware that we had a whole bunch of platform down there in the Chapel Hill area anyway. I don't know if it's like as much. Look at see what I mean? There's that topspin backhand I'm talking about. Every so often, Girani will unleash that thing, man. It's amazing.
Rocking the Salty Dog Cafe, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, the shirt.
Oh, you mean Randy is? Yeah.
Yeah. My dog had a bandana from the Salty Dog Cafe. It was cool. He's dead.
I thought the epileptic comment was
bad.
No,
you actually have to
that's
give...
That's a new low. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel more comfortable saying anything now. So I guess I should thank you. I mean, for those of you at home, I'm sorry. I apologize.
So the epilepsy one
for all of us
is that one's not even a joke.
I should have mentioned it. Let's stop talking about it.
There's nothing wrong with that. Every movie, video game, YouTube video will give you a warning.
Flashing lights. I know. I understand. I'm not. I'm aware of it. By the way, there's something about look at me. There's something about the way Graham will set up, because of, first of all, his size and his talent, set up a drop volley with a waterfall, where he'll bring you back to the corner and then just kind of set it up and then make it look like a cutter. He's really good at that. I mean, that's one of his trademarks, and obviously contributes to a whole bunch of winning. Let's just put it that way. Of course, and they are ahead in this match, 7-6, but it is bamboo shoots all around in the second set here. So, but what I was originally trying to say, which I'm just not very good at, and I think there's no question about that, is that that's how deep this league is. I mean, Graham's national champion. Lofgren's won a bunch of championships, from what I understand, especially on the East Coast. So Barnes and Lambropoulos, same thing, have a nice big long resume. So I mean, she said anybody's ball game at this point. Doesn't even matter if they're not necessarily intimidated by the fact that Graham is, national champion, for instance, current national champion.
Well, I think, a lot of credit to
what a volley.
All of the ABTA, Mike Raleigh for hosting this. I know Jason Lark's somewhat involved for making this tournament as huge as it is. I mean, it's not
right,
quite
Cal.
Nationals, but pretty much everybody that played at Nationals is coming out to this tournament. Yeah.
They enjoy it. First of all, they do such a great job. Mike does such a great job. Exmoor is just a beautiful club.
I mean, and same, by the way, with the ladies. They alternate ladies and men's on the East Coast versus here. So last year the ladies was here. Now we have the men's. Next year we'll have the ladies in there.
Cal.
So that allows different teams to play every other year if they don't want to travel quite as far.
That is another thing about the Chicago area. What is just missed it.
Wow, he called it on himself.
Technically, we're in the middle of the country. You'd think, okay, we're centrally located, so a lot of people would rather, come just to part way, halfway into the country, instead of having to go all the way across. There isn't a lot of platform on the West Coast. It's growing. I mean, there's some in Colorado for sure. I know that.
I don't know. Is Colorado West Coast?
Oh, technically, yeah.
Well, I guess, yeah. Well, by that definition, Chicago is East Coast, so.
Well, all right, I suppose.
Distance to the coast.
No, but coast. I'm saying let's just say the West then. Let's say the West, because technically,
all right,
right if you're in the Rocky Mountains, that's where it is.
Get your bingo cards ready. I had the score wrong, but I think we're no ad point here.
I think
this is a pretty huge point.
Look at that. And by the way, the rule, according to Cal, I believe, is that the server gets the choice of which side they want to serve.
Well, we've had Mike in here like 3 times, and
we didn't
have to ask him. So
wait a minute, are you making that up?
No, it's possible I'm making that up. I said that. I said I
did you hear that from somebody?
All right. I heard Mike on the phone, and I could have just been misunderstanding what he was saying.
No pressure, but
that's where the whole reading comprehension thing came in.
All right, so maybe there's a little dyslexia there. See, I'll talk dyslexia. You can talk epilepsy.
I have auditory dyslexia.
Are you? Okay, I'm not even going to ask you if you're going to answer about that. First of all, I love that shot from Lambropoulos. So Alex moves in, and Graham kind of moves back, looking maybe for a lob, and Alex will kind of roll it inside out in front of him.
Yeah.
Super shot. And yeah, Graham covered it, but the point I'm trying to make is you keep your opponents off balance. Very difficult to hit winners all day long. Oh, Pete Burke in his house. Ben McKnight in his house. What's up, guys?
Couple of legends.
Yeah.
No, Alex, I think the best way to describe him is shifty.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
He's shifty.
Yeah. You say that with such reference. Shifty. And if you've just joined us,
again, what a point, by the way, for no ad.
I know we're talking about, I'm going to say 80, but the shot clock.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels that way. Exmoorcc Country Club in lovely, historically significant Highland Park, Illinois. I'm Sean Albrecht, along with Cal Noble, bringing you the men's team nationals, APTA team nationals.
0 to -5.
Yeah, pretty much.
Round 2. No, that is the technical category.
Okay, right here. That's where you
get. And we're in round 2, third match of round 2.
Yeah.
We've got action all day.
Exactly. By the way, we were talking about ratings like that. If it's kind of confusing, for those of you, just to give you an analogy, for those of you golfers out there, this division right here would be the scratch division. They don't have a handicap, these guys. Matter of fact, they probably, if you want to use a golf parallel, they all shoot under par. Pretty much these guys do. Just various degrees of under par. So 2-1 McNerney Lofgren after winning the first set 7-6, and by the skin of their proverbial teeth, still won it. Give them credit, but I got to tell you, Lambropoulos and Barnes gave them a fight.
Absolutely.
Fight.
I mean, I think it was 5-2, right? Well, knowing us, the score was probably wrong, but they were up in the first set. And a great comeback.
And
it was still a very competitive tiebreak, like you said.
Well,
so
yeah, they brought it back, and as a matter of fact, I thought they had the momentum.
Yeah.
Good shot.
But that's the thing with Graham is he doesn't.
Here we go.
He's not really susceptible
Adam
to
Morgan
momentum swings.
And Will Comar in his house giving his opinion, which is really not welcome.
Rusty.
Oh, was it Rusty
Yeah,
Seams?
I think that was Rusty
Oh wait,
Seams.
are we talking multiple personalities now? So Will wasn't the one that said that?
No, I think when he has the mustache on, he's Rusty.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so he's not responsible for his.
Well, I know that my great aunt Gertie, when she had her mustache on, she was a dude.
What? Is that a reference to something?
No, but I'm just telling you. So, look, there are some relatives that we all have. Look at this. A great read from Alex Lambropoulos and going up the middle, which solves the proverbial riddle. I hate that phrase, but I'm going to use it anyway.
Down the middle solves the riddle.
Yeah, and Lambropoulos reading that like hooked on phonics and basically making the right shot. Look at that roll. That's what I'm talking about. Oh! Uncharacteristic. But I don't know if you could replay that. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm just saying, I just wanted people to see that roll, that backhand roll again, because I'm telling you, that's a trademark Girani Barnes shot. You know what? I think Graham also's got some hops to him, dude.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, not
he
only
could dunk, no
for
problem.
sure he could dunk, but I'm just saying though, he gets up there. I wonder what his vertical is. That's what. And I'm going to say it again. I mean, not to spread the love all the way around, but I am like
God
a huge
forbid.
Randy Lofgren fan. Right now, I've never even seen him play, and the guy is just impressing the heck out of me right
Randy
now.
Randleman,
That's the idea.
as he's known.
What's happening,
at Chapel
guys?
Hill.
Yeah, so we got. I don't know. What was that call? I'm not even sure. Did they?
35.
Okay, 30-15. Got you. First of all, check out. He just missed. Okay, I want you to, for those of you just watching, I don't know if we can't zoom in, not necessarily, but I want you to watch the stance that Randy takes. It's this open stance, and then he turns his shoulders and kind of rotates and then squares back up to move in for the volley. I love that. I absolutely love that.
That volley from Graham was
kind of sick, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You know, he kind of makes the sick volley look routine a lot. You know,
I mean, all these guys do.
No,
Yeah,
there's no
just-
question about it. No,
but specifically,
you know what,
yeah.
Cal, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. You're good looking. I'm ugly. You're intelligent. I'm.
You read Harry Potter. I
Wow. Here's the thing. I kind of don't. But not
just
that
for the reference. Yeah.
Not that I wouldn't.
There's actually nothing wrong.
Did that bite?
I don't think so.
Oh, that was sick. I don't blame if Alex taking a double take on that one. It looked really good. So we're talking love 30 here. Oh man, he just hammered that thing. Yeah. I think it was. I think it was.
I have to start calling Graham the
McClure.
contractor. Because it actually kind of works.
Yeah, it
He's always
does.
working with different partners.
G-Mac, GC.
He's hammering
General
stuff.
contract. Yeah, of course. But I think Coach McClure, Matt McClure said it. It's very difficult. Certain guys, sometimes very difficult to make them look uncomfortable. And all these guys fall into that category.
Yeah.
They're very smooth. Graham, particularly, depending on the moment, though, even if he's playing as he is, one of the best, couple of best players. It's a great volley. Talk about super disguise from Girani Barnes. That was incredible. He just kind of held it and then just opened the racket face at the last minute and went inside out. I'm going to tell you, that's not easy. Look at the hands,
volley.
speed.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
Was that Australian? Was it?
I was trying to go British. My British sucks though. It turns into Australian.
Another shrimp on the Barbie there?
I can just say a couple like, "Oh my days."
No, 1896.
Right. Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
very Australian.
it's a good shot. Smart.
Beautiful.
Smart. All right,
Clinical.
Are we? They're still in it here, but are they still down the? Or is this? Wait, is this a no ad point here?
No, I think
no,
it's
we're still
30-40.
30-40. Okay. Where have I been? People have been asking that for years. A little long.
So now I think we've got a no ad point.
All right.
Yep. And Graham helping me out with that,
Wait.
saying no ad out loud.
Hold on. And did he say my side? Because I'm just wondering if Graham decided to take it. Could look at the hands. I mean, first of all, that's McNerney smacking that forehand, and Lambropoulos is like, yeah. What else you got? There's the that I'm telling you, underrated backhand roller from Lambo. Oh, here we go. It's amazing. So we tell people to let that go to the screen, and Lofgren's like, yeah, I can one-time that. That's fine. No problem. Boom. Oh.
Huge point
Alex
there.
just coming up with the goods, man.
Yeah, great hold.
Absolutely.
Down.
All right, so still hanging in there, 2-3. Barely lost the first set. Once again, we're at Exmoorcc Country Club for the men's team nationals, watching basically the Series 0 division. I mean, that's how good these guys are. I'm Sean Albrecht, along with Cal Noble. Soon to have Matt McClure at some point during the festivities. We will see Matt McClure, possibly Jason Love as well, just in case you get totally bored with yours truly, which I wouldn't blame you. Come on, let's face it. That's the only way. Wait a second. I got rerouted right way. I can't. It went dark again. Oh, you got it.
So we can't have anything nice. Maybe don't read it out loud as well. I was
Okay.
trying to give you a coded message.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah.
So maybe more later than sooner.
But we'll be here all day, so don't go anywhere.
McClure.
Just hit your mute button and enjoy the good paddle.
Yeah, make your own commentary. We all kind of try to do that. Heck, I mean, sometimes I'm thinking that's all I'm doing, really. Great first volley. Notice how steady. I'm going to go instructional again. How steady the paddle is with all these guys when they volley, especially off of a return of serve, which generally speaking is lit. Like they light that thing up, so you pretty much can't put a lot of pace on a platform volley on a regular basis, especially one that's coming in at Mach 4.
Yeah.
You got to keep your paddle steady. So it's less is more. You're pretty much body blocking the thing, if you don't mind the imagery. Yeah, I use some weird stuff. Yeah, body block. Yeah,
I don't know if there's anything wrong with that.
All right,
I'm
just trying to say.
Term.
But these days people get weird about. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to keep things copacetic. What are you? You know how Steve plays his solos all the way through? That's what you're doing, Cal. You're perseverating all the way through my commentary. What are you doing? Just say something. I don't really care.
Perseverating?
Yeah.
That's a good word. What does that even mean?
No, that's exactly what you're doing when you do that. You just keep talking like that.
Just as, so I thought I was mumbling.
That's mumbling.
It's unbelievable. But, I guess we'll just keep going. So we got a match.
All right. We get the point. Will you stop it? Go read your Harry Potter book.
I can't.
Anyway. By the way, look how loose and chill and relaxed Girani is on that side, going a side, back side. He's basically reading it quasi immediately. That's what we all want to kind of strive for. As Jerry Seinfeld likes to say, we want to strive to be Regis Philbin. You can't do less and make more money. We want to be like any one of these four guys, in particular Girani Barnes. You just want to be, chill about stuff. Just be relaxed, man. You're going to get, of course, I jinxed him by talking about him.
He looks pretty relaxed.
He was relaxed when he missed it. Yeah, I know. All right, so.
35?
Yep, 30-15.
Thank you, Graham.
We had 45. That's all right.
For those of you who are new here and don't tune into the weekly broadcasts, we normally screw up the score, and Graham is always there to correct us. So, but this time he's calling it out. What a cutter, by the way. I mean, he's
and that wasn't even a technical cutter. That was just a drop on.
Yeah, and he's the touch.
He's amazing.
I mean, it's warm weather, and he's had 5 or 6 of those.
And again, not easy to do in warm weather. Okay. There is the Lambropoulos howitzer forehand I'm talking about. Like he hammered that, and that's Graham McNerney on this side, and he was having trouble handling that volley. So that'll give you an idea of the kind of
field artillery.
Yep. So, and again, this is just these are 4. Well, I was going to say 3 of the guys are from the Chicago area, And you just get this on a regular basis in the Legends division, and even in the Series 1 and 2, you'll see this kind of level on a regular basis. So we're kind of spoiled, I want to say, in Chicago. Like we get to see, some of the top players in the nation.
Well, I'm going to quote. Yeah, no,
Sure,
absolutely.
go
But John Kilmer makes a great point about really, Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
There's no question.
There's every. Obviously, it's not. Chicago is the biggest.
I was not
scene,
comparing
but,
it to. I was
course.
just saying we really get, because some people don't think of the Chicago area that way. They think the East Coast, and they're not wrong.
Yeah.
The talent there, to your point, is just spectacular. But it's just amazing that we're getting spoiled watching these guys. Go ahead, Cal. I didn't mean to interrupt you, and yet I did. Cal Noble continues.
I think that was game.
I think it was 2.
Okay.
4-2. Well, say
Yeah,
4-2.
4-2.
Good hands again from Barnes there on that first volley.
No, but really, I think it's more a testament just to the sport in general.
Oh, yeah.
Is just great play happening everywhere. Specifically in Chicago, the Legends event, there is a lot of people in Legends that went to Nationals.
Crack that thing.
But
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? If it weren't for, and I'm not, when I say this, I'm not denigrating pickleball when I say this, but if it weren't for pickleball, this would be the fastest growing racket sport, other than padel, maybe.
So minus the only other 2 racket sports, this one would be number 1.
Hey, wait. Don't forget badminton, Cal. Don't get judgmental.
No, that's way bigger.
What's up?
If you factor in the Asian market.
You know what? See.
Dude, people have been playing badminton.
Are we going to get some hate mail because you've got to watch the commentary, Cal?
No, as in like the region, the continent of Asia.
Right. I know, but I mean, we just got to be careful with this stuff. It's 2025. We have to be.
Hey, you finally got Mike here. Mike, is it no ad? Did I hear you say that the server chooses?
The server chooses no ad? Really? You are so creative. I suppose you're right. I never really thought of it that way. Wow. Speaking of no ad, here we go.
Yeah, we knew that. We knew it was no ad.
By the way, I look at it this way. Randy pasted that backhand, and it was a let court winner. But as far as I'm concerned, he would have won the point anyway.
Yeah, no, it was a great shot.
That was a missile. And again, yes, you will watch them get a little more conservative when it is a no-ad point. Maybe not, try too much offense, or at least what a shot. I love the move.
Speaking of pickleball,
Barnes.
Graham really does. I mean, he just hits it right above the tape. It's
yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It just drops.
Yeah, there's a lot of confidence there. He plays with a whole bunch of it.
Yeah.
So.
Case in point, everybody on this court.
Yeah, for sure. Right down the middle. Again, I'm gonna say it again. You'll see like a great, spin overhead into the nick like that, and then even if he swings it, you'll see a reset overhead like that. Wow, nice cue there. It's almost like he kind of knew it was coming. We don't have a 7-second delay. I'd like to think Barnes just teaching a lesson out there, putting on a clinic. Whoa. All right, another game to McNerney and Lofgren. They go up 5-2 in this second set. Hear it. Lovely, bucolic. Exmoorcc Country Club, ECC, not East Coast Conference for those of you old timers.
Well,
it used to be the ECC. I don't think that's even around anymore. I don't think so.
That's now the ACLU. Pretty sure.
What? What, did they join the ACLU? Because the ACLU has been around for a while. Look, there's that forehand again. That thing dipped. Okay, that caught the edge of the line. Wow.
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah, when I thought Lambo had that thing with that just snapping forehand. I thought he was going to win a point there. But I tell you what, I feel old every so often when I do think I'm watching Alex Lambropoulos, and I'm not exactly sure how old Alex is right now, but I remember watching him win the state championship in doubles for Lake Forest High School with I want to say his partner. Matt Bruck was his partner.
I mean, how would you possibly remember that?
You know what? I'm just when you coach, racket sports, you remember. I mean, neither one of those guys were
Look, I coached racket sports. Okay. I don't remember anyone's name. You have a gift.
Neither one. I have no life. Neither one of those guys were my student. However, they did blitz one of my students in the semis. So maybe that's why I remember them. Like Jason, hey, shout out to Jason Hanchman from Palatine High School, who was unfortunate enough to have me as a coach at one point in his career.
So unfortunate he made it to the semis of state.
Semis of state, you know. Yeah, he and his partner, Palatine High School, the Pirates.
Where are they living now?
I don't know where. I tell you what, the funny thing about that kid, and it's funny, I'll just tell you about him. If you just imagine Bruce Lee, if you know who Bruce Lee is, I swear.
Of course I know who Bruce Lee is.
Okay. Yes, he said, look at Barnes. Unbelievable. Just
Get a
bow to
replay there.
Speaking of Bruce Lee, bow to your sensei right there, because look at this get from unbelievable. I mean, that caught Graham off guard. I mean, nobody thought he was going to get there. That was
Didn't
amazing.
need to replay
Look at
it,
that.
but let's see it again.
It's crazy. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That might be, you know what, that's close to shot of the day, although Randy's digging
still,
at the
yeah,
back.
probably a little bit.
That's going to be a tough, that's kind of a draw right there. But no, Jason Hanchman with a, probably the closest thing to Bruce Lee you'll ever see. And he was a black belt. And he could do like spinning back heels and stuff. And the kid was maybe 5'7", but he could jump like 4 feet in the air. Great hands at the net, crazy good hands in the net.
Not to indulge you, because there is a paddle match going on here, but I think there's one person closer to Bruce Lee, and that would be his son, who
Brandon,
who
the great
played
Brandon Lee.
Bruce Lee. Oh, well.
You're not
Yeah,
thinking of
R.I.P.
Jason Patrick Lee. That's
R.I.P.
not Bruce Lee.
No, who played Bruce Lee in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Ooh, that might have been Jason Patrick Lee. I don't know.
No, I think it was like his family was upset with the way it was portrayed, and I was thinking, no, but obviously Brandon Lee, The Crow.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
Quite tragic.
Here we go again with the
Great movie.
The open stance, underhand / sidearm. I mean, everybody calls it something different. Serve from Randy Lofgren, which is just legendary at this point, and we've only been out there for like an hour and some change, and it's already legendary to me. What a shot! I'll tell you what, Barnes, that just style, like coming out of the gills right there, because he'll take it. Look at that. That's it. Wow, just stung that
There goes
thing.
Sean rooting for people again.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm marveling. First of all, I did just mention something about Randy, like that right there. That is a great underhand serve.
No
I mean,
question.
for a guy who could, turn the core that quick and still keep the stance open, because when you move in and you're moving in your more open stance, you can go either direction. Sometimes when you get out of a serve, you're kind of spinning out of it and you're not really ready for maybe a first volley. That's just an ingenious way to do it. I mean, it's probably the way we're supposed to be doing it. It's just that not everybody is either smart enough or talented enough to pull that off. Look at that. The
And I'm neither.
No look from Lambeau there. There you go. You walk a mile for a forehand there. Good camera work here, Cal. Nice job of fixing that thing. No, hey, I'll give you some cred.
It was only broken for an hour and a half. But we're on top of it.
These things happen.
We are down a man.
All right. Do we have a possible? No, it isn't. I was going to say it might be a match point here.
No,
It's
I
not.
think it's a break point
It's
here.
a break point. Yep. And they're doing the same thing they did last set, by the way, our Barnes and Lampropoulos.
Yeah, I really like watching Randy serve.
Almost like they almost like bait you into the idea they give. Come on.
All right, so
I mean, seriously, do you hear the replay on that one?
No.
Sicko, inside-out volley from Graham McNerney.
I didn't get the replay because I'm excited to talk about this. Talk about pressure. We have a match point and a no-ad point.
No-ad point here. And there it is.
Yep.
Wow. Just like that, you snap your fingers and that was amazing.
That was a great match.
It was a great, 6-2. You think it wouldn't be. It was actually a really entertaining match. I hope people got their money's worth there. Well, we will be back again because we've got at least two more matches. I'm going to say
Correct.
two more. At least two more matches we're going to be telecasting.
Again, the schedule is for 2 p.m.
Correct.
Or 2:30.
2:30.
I'm not sure.
Half past 2 for those
But
of you
we'll
old-timers.
have it up on the YouTube immediately as soon as we find out. But we will be
In
back.
the interim, we will be back after these messages to.
Well, no, we won't. We're gonna end the stream.
Well, we are gonna have a few messages. No,
Well, yeah, of course. But we're not gonna be
then-
back after.
Oh, I see what you mean.
We'll be back.
So
way
can I
later.
say a few messages and then we'll just.
Here's a few
have kind of
messages
a
from
loop.
our sponsors.
But please tune in later because we got more paddle for you.
And since Jason's not here, Sean, what were your thoughts on the match?
Well, I was.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute is the best choice for orthopedic care. Our walk-in ortho access clinics provide treatment by orthopedic specialists without a trip to the ER. With evening and weekend hours, we provide your family with excellent care when it matters most. Visit ibji.com to find an ortho access immediate care clinic.
Want to see how Volley can transform training at your club? We've got a great offer for you. Gather 30 of your club friends and you'll get a free 30-day trial of Volley. Experience firsthand how Volley's trainer can help everyone improve. Increase reps and track your progress, all while training smarter. Don't miss out. Visit getvolley.com and